Welcome back, my friends. Let us jump right in where we left off. So, in the last video that I assume you've watched, brief recap. In the last video, we learned that there is within us, in fact, two minds, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the mind of thought and creativity. The subconscious mind is the mind of action and habit. And it is the subconscious that determines and dominates 95% of our life. It does that by determining our beliefs and therefore our habits, our actions. And as you will recall, we do not have access to the subconscious mind directly, and for good reason. Because it is the subconscious mind that is in charge of all of the most important aspects of our life. Remember the analogy that I came up with of the subconscious mind is the mob boss in the back of the room, calling all the shots, where the conscious mind is the bodyguards at the door, filtering out all the nonsense before it gets to the boss. And we saw that although we don't have direct access to the subconscious mind, there are two ways to access or to imprint upon the subconscious mind. One method is by hypnosis, in which we will discuss this in much greater detail in future videos. The other way is through repetition, and that's what we're concerned with here. Then, at the end of last video, I asked you to become aware of repetitive thoughts, repetitive thought patterns in the mind, and in particular, repetitive self-talk, things you say to yourself. Now, if you have done this sincerely between the last video and now, then undoubtedly you have found some very interesting and possibly shocking discoveries. You have found that there is a commentator in your mind, commentating on nearly every single thing you do and experience. For example, as you're walking down the street, I'm glad she's got self-confidence, because there is no way I'd ever be able to wear that in public. Or maybe, where is my phone? I'm always losing my phone. Did you take it? You took it. Come on. It's so hot in here. My God, this is miserable. When's it gonna be over? Seriously? When is this guy going to get to the point? Still? Seriously. This guy's still talking. Come on, get to the point. And for some of us, this may be the first time that we have ever consciously become aware that there is a voice in the head, a commentator, the thinker, the thinker of the thoughts. Most of us unconsciously believe that we are that voice in the head, and so we never even realize it's there because we are it. So hopefully you have become aware that there is a commentator in the head. Now, what we are concerned with here are repetitive thoughts, repetitive things you say to yourself. That's another word for thoughts in many ways, yes? Because you will remember from last video that repetition creates belief. And once the subconscious grabs hold of a belief, it then immediately begins to arrange your actions to harmonize with this belief. And remember, it's actions that determine our life situation, our circumstances. Yes, when the subconscious takes hold of a belief, it will then compel you to action, to do the things that will bring about that belief into reality. This is how the mind works. How many of us know the kind of person that says, I can do that. Yeah, sure, I can do that. I can do that. No doubt they say this to themselves. And though it's probably unconscious, they have been training themselves over the years so that their subconscious believes that they can do whatever it is they're saying they can do. And so the subconscious will then compel that person to make all the right moves in the little actions to make sure that, yeah, they really can do this, that their belief is actualized, that they really can do the things they're saying they can do. Likewise, how many of us know the type of people that you hear them say all the time, I can't do that. I can't do that. And they're right. They've said this I can't to themselves enough times and for enough period of time that the subconscious believes that they can't do it. So therefore it will ensure through actions, the little actions, that they can't do it. That's how it works. Okay guys, humor me for just a second, but this is a powerful example, I feel, okay? Just do it, all right? Take your hands, go like this, all right? Now, put them above your head and stare at your hands. I want you to try to pull your hands apart as you say rapidly, I cannot do it, 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 I cannot do it. Huh? Did you feel it? I know you felt something. If you did it sincerely, you felt you couldn't do it. Now this is just a brief, tiny example, but think of the implications of this in our life. It's beyond exaggeration the power this has in our lives. It is the power of the self-talk. Okay, here, another example. You walk in front of the mirror, and every time you walk in front of the mirror, you look, you think, God, I'm so fat. Now, you've been saying that long enough and with enough sincerity that the subconscious now holds the belief that you are fat. And it will therefore it will compel you into the actions necessary to make your belief a reality. Because that's what it does. It turns belief into reality. So, through the repetition of every time I'm fat, your subconscious believes you're fat, and so it's going to make you do the little things that are going to ensure you're going to be fat. This is how it works. It's going to compel you to that late night refrigerator raid where you open up the door, you know you shouldn't be eating it all. The conscious mind knows you don't want to be fat and unhealthy, but the subconscious mind doesn't believe that. The subconscious mind believes I'm fat. And so it will do the things necessary to ensure that that belief is a reality. Another example, if when you have been on your master cleanse, which all of us, that's the beginning, okay? So if you ain't got on the master cleanse train, then check out the master cleanse video and do yourself a cleanse. But if, while you're on your cleanse, you are saying to yourself, in your mind, I'll always go back to my old habits. You're thinking, yeah, this is great, okay, but I always go right back to it. That's just who I am. That's just how I am. I go right back to my old habits. I doubt this will be any different. Now, the repetition of that has created a belief in the subconscious that you will go back to your habits. Therefore, you are guaranteed to go back to your old habits because that's your belief. Even though the conscious mind says, I don't want to go back to my old habits. No, I know I need to do healthier. I want to be cleaner, clearer, purer, happier, all of this. None of that matters because that's the mind of thought. The mind of action, the subconscious mind, doesn't believe that. It believes what you've been repeating to it because that's how it learns, is repetition. So it believes, I always go back to my old habits. You will go back to your old habits with that belief. I guarantee it. Okay, how many of you know the person that is always saying, I'm broke. I never have any money. Or maybe you are that person that's always saying, God, I can just never get ahead. I never have enough money. I'm always broke. I ain't got no money. The subconscious believes I'm always broke. I don't have any money. And therefore, it will compel you into the action that correlates and harmonizes exactly with your belief. It will compel you to blow money on those lottery tickets you're always buying, or it will compel you to buy a stupid car that's going to become a money pit. or it will compel you to live way beyond your means in some way, so that yes, you are always broke. Yes, you are always without money, because that's the belief you hold in the subconscious. Even though consciously you want to have plenty of money, you want to get ahead, you want to have financial freedom and stability, doesn't matter, because that's not the mind of action. The mind of action is the subconscious, and it doesn't believe that you're ever going to have any money. Or, okay, how about this one? How many of us know the people, or maybe you are the person, that is thinking in the quiet moments of their life, I am so miserable. My God, I will never get out of this. Every day is more miserable than the last. I am so depressed. My God. Yeah? How many of us have gone through that? No one should have to live like that. The subconscious has taken hold of the idea that you are miserable, and it will compel you into the actions required to make that belief a reality. It will make you not call that person back, or it will make you miss that one special appointment, or that one meeting, or that one opportunity. You'll pass it by. That would have taken you out of that. But no, because the subconscious believes you are miserable and that you're depressed. So it's going to ensure you'll stay that way. Now, on the upswing of this, and there's always an upswing to every downswing, my friends, have no fear. If every time you walked in front of the mirror, you looked and you said, damn, I look good. I mean, I look real good. I look fit. I look toned. I feel good. Man, every time you walk in front of that mirror, you said that to yourself. I guarantee you, the subconscious mind would sooner or later take hold of that as a belief. And as soon as the subconscious takes hold of that as a belief, it will then compel you into action to do the little things necessary to make that belief a reality. It will create the desire for the proper food so that you are fit and healthy. It will create the right circumstance that you find the right kind of knowledge, such as this video. You're watching it now because subconsciously you believe that things are getting better, or something like this, okay? So it will, with this belief, it will compel you to do the things that will make you feel good and that harmonize with that belief. If every time you walk in front of the mirror and you said, and at first you have to force yourself into this, just like riding the bike. Remember those examples I was using? You have to consciously ride at first, but then the subconscious gets it and it just happens. You can just hop on without even thinking of it. At first, you have to convince yourself when you look in the mirror, damn, I look good. Even though you know that you don't really, it doesn't matter. Just suspend your disbelief and repeat, I look good. I feel good. Damn, I look clean and clear and healthy. I radiate health. Say it enough times, over and over and over. And this is the self-talk we're talking about. The subconscious mind will grab hold of that and will compel you to all the right actions to produce health and wellness and prosperity. It will compel you into meditation. It will compel you into juicing. It will compel you into doing the master cleanse. All of this, it comes from the belief, and the belief comes from repetition. Again, on the upswing, if when you were doing your master cleanse, instead of saying, I always go back to my old habits. No. If instead you said to yourself, I can easily change my beliefs, or I can easily change my habits. They're one and the same. If you say to yourself on the cleanse, yeah, I easily can change. I flow like water. It's effortless. Seriously. I can change anything I want to, at any time. I already have. The subconscious will then grab hold of that, and you will be able to change your habit patterns as easily as I'm dropped this piece of paper. That's how easy it will be. Effortless. And you'll be able to change whatever habit patterns you want to. If, for example, every time you caught yourself saying, I'm always broke, or I have no money, something like that, you replace it with, there's always enough money. There's always enough. And in fact, I've always had enough money my whole life. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I'd be dead. There's always been enough. And there always will be enough. With that belief, there always will be enough. If you say to yourself, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I feel good. I'm optimistic. Life is taking on a whole new flavor. I'm so happy to be alive. Make that your dominant self-talk, and I guarantee you will begin to see massive transformations in your life. Okay? Now, I know that this is probably sounding, to the uninitiated in these ways, this is probably sounding way too easy, suspiciously too easy. But to any of us who have spent any length of time in self-examination, self-reflection, things of this nature, we have found, as you will do when you examine the self, that this is how it works. To change your habits, you must change your self-talk. You must change your belief. Okay, my friends, this is where it begins. Seriously. Become aware of the self-talk, and in particular, the repetitive self-talk. And whichever flavor of self-talk you wish to change and transform, begin saying the opposite. It's that easy. You just have to do it. And then, of course, don't resist the change. Welcome it. Because very soon, as you reverse this self-talk into the positive, into the new life, into where you're going now, you will very soon find yourself being compelled to do the things that are exactly in harmony with your new belief systems, your new beliefs. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. My friends, I have used this exact method to turn the tides in my life. Someday I'll explain all of that, but seriously, to move mountains in my life, I have used this exact technique. Now, we're going to get way deeper into all this stuff and so many more techniques coming at you, like literal techniques you can practice, things we'll be writing, all kinds of stuff, okay? It's all coming, but this is where it starts. This is the beginning. This is ground zero. You have to become aware of what you're saying to yourself, especially what you're repeating to yourself. Remember, to quote the beautiful awakened James Allen, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. As a man continues to think, so he remains." Yes, my friends, yes.